speaking of Bellator that we just mentioned, excuse me, Bellator. Uh, did you just go and wow me? Is
Oh,
is that what
man,
happened?
dude, we ain't even had a conversation about Bellator. I don't think on this show.
It's
Maybe once, and it was probably referred from Bellator to the UFC. Like when we were talking about Malcolm Chandler, the things he did in Bellator,
yeah.
and we were talking about Benson Henderson going from UFC to Bellator. Maybe some kind of conversation like that happened. But I'm gonna tell you right now,
Oh man.
Bellator has put on something that has intrigued me for not only one pay per view, not only two pay per views, but three pay per views.
Listen to me when I tell you this. So this is how you know that a tournament is going to be good. So
Fire.
I'm looking at this and I go, oh, the finals. And then I go, okay, insert name here. And then I backtrack my way to the beginning and I go, huh, let's see. Corey Anderson versus Anthony Johnson. I'll watch it. Corey Anderson versus Yo Romero. I'll watch it. Phil Davis versus Ryan Bader. I'll watch it. They got me. Ryan Bader versus Anthony Johnson. Watching it. You could just pick any name. Lyoto Machida did good with the resurgence. Now he gonna fight Anthony Johnson. Ooh man, I'ma watch it. You know, and then on top of all of that, the first fight out the gates, you got Ryan Bader versus Lyoto Machida. Let me pull it up on my big screen so I can read it to you because there's some little letters. There's some little letters. Ryan Bader versus Lyoto Machida. Corey Anderson versus Vadim Nemkov, who's the champ, who we ain't even talking about.
We ain't even talking about.
We ain't even talking about Vadim Nemkov, who he beat Ryan Bader. So Vadim Nemkov versus Ryan Bader for the championship at the end. Boom. Hey, let's get it. He fighting Phil Davis. I like Phil Davis.
Hey, ain't Phil Davis dude that wear the pink shorts?
He wore the pink shorts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say about him.
Anthony Johnson versus Yo Romero is a dynamite fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Dynamite.
man. Hey, and this is at 205, correct?
205, yeah.
So Yo Romero doesn't even have to worry about not making weight because he should make 205.
You know what he's worried about?
What?
He's worried about if Anthony Johnson is going to be able to make 205. He's not exactly sure that Anthony Johnson is going to be able to make 205. He's a big dude.
Anthony Johnson's a big dude right now.
Now, he probably was that big cutting down to 170 at a time, so I don't doubt his ability to make 205.
Anthony Johnson has that one-hitter quitter.
So, Yo Romero's been doing some stuff too. And Yo Romero doesn't have to be as fast at 205, but he's still fast going up to 205. Listen to me.
Hopefully he has more movement in his neck, man, because he look like this move his neck, boy.
It is a big neck, but listen to me. Listen.
That boy got one of them necks, boy.
Vadim Nemkov is the champion, right? And that dude could fight. You can make an argument that either Ryan Bader or Vadim Nemkov is one of the best 205ers out right now since John Jones left, you know? Because, I mean, if you put Ryan Bader versus Jan Blachowicz, I'm going to take Bader. If you put Nemkov versus Jan Blachowicz, I'm going to take Nemkov. Now, if Israel Adesanya goes out there and beats Blachowicz, and you say Ryan Bader versus Israel Adesanya, I don't know, Izzy. I don't know. You know?
Izzy going out there and gonna put them hands on him.
So with that being said, you're looking at the light heavyweight Grand Prix, and you're like, man, if you took this roster and just stuck it in the UFC, a lot of guys would get knocked out of the top 5.
Yes, a lot of guys will get knocked out of the top 5. Now with this, hold up, this 205.
This 205,
This might be 5 of the top 5 in the 205 division.
It would be.
You ain't got John Jones in there no more.
John Jones ain't in there. Yeah.
You got some names that you either heard about in the past that really don't mean anything at this point in time, or you got some up newcomers who haven't proved themselves yet, or you got some newcomers who proved themselves and then all of a sudden they went to the top of the stage and didn't perform.
Yeah.
This right here, this 205 division right here in Bellator could be a top 8 in the UFC. I'm just saying.
Bellator dropped off some swag.
They took
That
that UFC's 205 division was depleted at this point in time and said, "Look what we got."
we gonna show you the ultimate flex. Now, with this being said, the clock ran out. We'll move into another news here in a second. I gotta ask you a question. I know he says he won't do it, and the fact that he doesn't do it is a big giant letdown. Say, let's look at this light heavyweight Grand Prix, and we look at his fights, and we're like, it don't matter what happens in these fights. I'm excited to see it, right? Imagine if Dana White caved and did a 155 Grand Prix tournament with 8 fighters. Hell, he could just do 4, whatever. But imagine, like, because now Conor being in the lightweight tournament is like great. Now we're not all mad that they gonna fight again, but not for the title. What?
You know what we gonna do?
What?
We gonna make a UFC 155 division fantasy tournament next week, live. Trash Talk Countdown Show. It's gonna be our number one hitter before we get into the rest of the show. It's gonna be one of our top 5s. It's gonna be our vision of what a 155 Grand Prix would look like.
Boom.
And the individuals. We're gonna do that
next week.
Tune in next week live on Trash Talk Countdown Show, where we're gonna put together a fantasy 155 division Grand Prix. Tune in next week.
Boom.
It's gonna be live next week. It's gonna be live.